What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Foxhound Finance, where we break down the markets, analyze key moves, and help you stay ahead of the game using technical analysis. Please understand that I am not a financial advisor and nothing in this video is financial advice. All right, guys, coming back here Monday, dropping a quick update for SPY, AMC, RIVN, NIO, and Doge. Again, thanks for everybody that dropped in on Saturday for the live stream. I really appreciate it, guys. But pretty much everything that we talked about during the live stream, I'm going to elaborate a little bit on during the update video. So guys, you're going to want to jump in on those Saturdays with us so that you can be fully in the mix as to what the hell we are talking about. All right. Looking at the SPY real quick, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the SPY. It is progressing. It is above the line now that I told you guys I wanted to be above 534. We did that. Mission accomplished, okay? Came down to it, and then this candle is now pulling up. That's great. I want to see us cross this line here. It'll be around 555. We passed that. Not only will we pass this, resistance now, but we will pass over the 20-day EMA here, okay? And again, price action going past the EMAs will curl the 20 up, which will cause it to cross over the 200, the 50, the 100. And again, that causes a bullish chain reaction, okay? And I do believe that'll be, the send-off for us to the next level here, okay? The next big melt-up, all right? That is still on the table. Nothing's changed. We are just in this sort of side-to-side in limbo, small progressions, you know what I mean? But everything counts. And again, from last week, what did you end at? Right on the dot at 534, and today we closed at 539. So again, $5 progression may not seem like a lot, but again, going in the right direction. So SPY looks very good. Let's get to this next level here, okay? Looking at AMC. All right. First things first. While this is playing out very slowly, guys, just remember that although the price action may be boring, every day that goes on, this 200 EMA is dropping, okay? Down to 465 now, all righty? I told you guys in the live stream, this EMA setup is very, very similar to the EMA positioning back in, guess when? January 2021, okay? Look at how these are all leveled out right here, right there for the taking. And I will even argue that, I'm not even going to argue because I know that they're closer, but to the price action, the EMAs have never been as close as they are now, not even here, okay? You can see right here that the 200 was sitting at, what, 30, right, ish, 23 bucks, and you were at 10.30 here on the bottom before this thing went up and went crazy, right? So when you look at the spread between the EMA's position and the price action, guys, we're much closer than ever. Like, look at this. It's not even close. Okay, you're talking about the 200 being at $4.65. You're like essentially $2 away. You've never been in this position before, ever. Okay, so again, reminder that every day that goes by where we're kind of stagnating, this thing's dropping 2 to 3 cents a day. Okay, and that's better for us because that means it's going to be much closer for us to gap over when this big move comes, okay? Also, looking at this pattern, remember way back when I started my channel, I said it looks like we were getting a repeating kind of like McDonald's M. I kept, jokingly calling it the McDonald's M, like right here. It looks like we might actually be in that phase now of this sequence, right? Like maybe this top here is somewhere right here, and then you fall off, right? And then into this cliff, right? It's like a V-shaped cliff, just like you got here, kind of like a V-shaped drop off into that. And then you get a little bit of the stagnation, right? The 1, 2, go. And again, I told you guys in a live stream that this is all lining up perfectly with May. Okay, this happened in May of 2024. We are coming up to May, guys, in the next 2 weeks, like right around the corner. So it would be interesting to see if this does play out. I'll leave it here just because I'm curious to see if we're going to get this M pattern now, which again would take you right at the end of April-ish, possibly going into May. And again, you got to realize with the inflation report coming in at 2.4%, they may cut interest rates, which would be bullish for all small caps, okay? So I like the EMA positioning. I like how the setup looks. Again, holding the trend line from the 245 bottom here. So that's good. Even though it's kind of a red day, you're still resting on top of the all-time low trend line. So everything about AMC, guys, looks very good. It's just kind of boring. Like they're just like waiting on this moment, whatever the hell that is, what, fine, but like that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on this moment to finally take place. But as far as positioning and setup goes, like this thing's ready to be shot out of a cannon. Okay, there's not much else, guys, that needs to really be accomplished other than for that volume to come in and that lid to be popped off, and that's it. You know what I mean? There's not really anything else here on a technical level. I mean, even like MACD is green on the daily, that crossed up. Like technical wise, everything looks good. The damn Ichimoku cloud is like skinny as all hell. Like this thing looks like it's ready to curl up and start going. But again, these moves are going to be very, very fast, very rapid. That's what I've been saying for the longest time. And I did tell you guys, again, reiterating over and over again, that again, a double top move, that's definitely in the cards if they want to get like sketchy with the move. $14 over here, definitely in the cards. The $22 fib extension repeat, right? That's in the cards. And then again, you know, sort of the big move, I would say, is $55, guys, with this whole gap on the side here, ready to be filled up, right, as you fell off. So you just got to get out of this zone, as I've said 100 times. We get out of here, you guys, this thing's gone, okay? We're right there. It's boring. It's like, you know, it's dreadful to watch. But again, you have to pay attention to the other things that are happening that are positive, right? Keep a positive mindset, like with the EMA bands dropping. That makes it a lot easier for our price action to break over, all right? It's not like it's $10 and $23 anymore like it was in 2021, right? You're talking about $2, what, $2.80, $2.90, and then $4.60. It's right there for the taking. So that's it for AMC, guys. I just want to see us continue to progress, right? I want to see this 20. Told you guys in a live stream as well. It's kind of buried in here. But I want to see this 20 curl up. It's kind of flatlining a little bit right now and there, but I want to see that cross up over to 50, and I want to see this thing really start to take off. I told you guys that if you look back on your lower time frames, though, you will see that it's curling up slightly, right? And the 50 is right there. So on these smaller time frames, you already saw that on the 1 hour, the 20 already crossed up over, right? But that's not the end all be all. I want to see that on the daily, right? That's where I want to see that happen. I want to see that 20 curl up on the daily, okay? So looking very good. We'll see if we get the M pattern. If they really want to bore us to death, right, and really test your resolve, then you might see that move in there. But nonetheless, I want to keep seeing price action like blow up above the 50, the 100 here. If we see that, guys, we can really get going. I mean, at any minute, like any minute, this thing could really go. Okay, that's where it's at. So that's it for AMC. Not going to spend too much time there because everything looks pretty stagnated out. And for Doge, looking at this mess of a chart I got going on here, still holding the upward trend line here, so that's good. Almost like a breather day, guys, across the board for many of these stocks that we're talking about. So Dogecoin, again, I want to see it break the consolidation channels here, the bottom channel and the top. And then again, you would probably get at least another test at this 20-cent level. If not, really start making your push. And again, coming right around the corner in about 2 weeks, we have the next FOMC meeting where they may drop interest rates, right? Definitely in the cards when the inflation report's down to 2.4% and they're about 0.4% from their target goal, right? I can't imagine a world where they would not drop the interest rate. I mean, even 0.25% would be something, right? So Dogecoin looks very good. And again, I told you guys, you know, top of the channel, 44 cents. Nothing's changed there. Doubling this move would bring you to 97 cents. Those are the main two targets that I'm going for right now, okay? That 44 cents and then the 97 cents for the massive bullish run. Okay, new peak for Doge. All right, that's it for Doge. What else? NIO looked really good today. Again, I left the V-shape pattern here, and it's literally holding that. Almost got back into the wedge here, I guess, wedge channel, whatever you want to call this at this point, because it's pretty much flattened out here, the support. So you touch the support 3 times, we sprang through it, and now we're coming back up and underneath of it. And I do believe, guys, when this price action comes back in this channel, I do think you're going to get that next push up just in time. Whatever the news is going to be, guys, whatever the catalyst is going to be, as people say, fine. But nonetheless, this next move upward, I think, is going to break you out of the channel. And then things are really going to start to turn up, okay, in a very, very big way. So what does that look like? I told you guys, you break this channel, you're coming up to $25. That's simple, guys. There's nothing really else for me to say here. Everything on all the plays that we are covering, the technicals look very, very good. They're very solid. They're right in reach for the taking. And the same rules apply, guys, that when you break over this 200, I mean, this thing can get really crazy. You know, there's no really telling. I mean, it's just going to depend on the momentum and volume at that point. But levels wise, $25 would be right there. Okay. If you can get a nice, you know, jolt here to break you out of this thing and get enough momentum, maybe the good news just keeps pumping, you know, you might get right up there. Okay. To start. After that, guys, we got to see where things cool off, where they drop. And then the next wave, you'd be looking to go for a serious second run. And this is probably what you'd be looking at. And I know it's crazy, but you saw it here play out before, where it broke this channel and then came up, okay, with like a 60x move. Nuts. And a lot of these companies that we're talking about, guys, they're not in the gutter like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're not amazing, like groundbreaking companies by any means in terms of like, you know, the earnings and stuff like that. But the fundamentals have improved greatly. And that's the thing, right? Why would we expect, you know, something like this, right, to happen before when it was not really in a good space? It was like a startup really in this first couple of years here. Why would we not expect things to be getting at least get a big push, right? Why would we not expect a big push if things are better, far better, okay, in terms of what the company is doing? I mean, that's just one theory I have. You don't have to, you know, take it, you know, at face value, but I'm just saying, whenever I see something like this in the past and then you're in a better position playing out the same pattern, what are you going to go down? It just would not make sense to me. Okay. So that's what I'm watching out for NIO. And again, Rivian, again, holding its own. I think Rivian also has earnings coming up on, I believe it was the 14th. One of them two. I looked at both today. I think, no, AMC is the 14th, and I think Rivian's earnings are on the 6th, I believe is what the projection is. So AMC is going to have earnings on the 14th. Yes, Rivian will be on the 6th of May. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. But already the way this candle's set up for, guys, I think you're going to get a big push here. And it might happen before earnings, okay? Which would be awesome, right? I don't know how they're going to use earnings. They could use earnings for the bullish push out of this thing, or this thing could go popping off, and then earnings could be the thing that crashes it back down to the channel. You know, I mean, it just depends on where we're at before earnings. And again, you're about 2 to 3 weeks out from that. So that's what I'm looking for Rivian, is just to have this continuation. Even on the daily, guys, it looks good. You're getting a nice bounce off this line, closed at 12.03 today. Really like that. EMAs are all right there, very clustered up. These are very strong where they're at. Okay, if you get price action above these guys, I'm telling you, you're going to have explosive reaction, right? Like, look how you cross these here and look at the price action you got. Can you imagine what happens as they're clustered up like this and you blow past that? Guys, it's a no-brainer. Okay, you're going to at least get to the minimum top of the channel at 28 bucks. Okay, so that all looks very good. Nothing else to really see here today, guys. You know, it's a pretty quiet Monday for the most part, but I do like the progression, even though it was smaller today. And I will take every little victory that way, right? Like this little $5 gain right here in the SPY, $2 gain right here on the IWM. I know it's not major, but again, just leveling off, right? Kind of treading water today. Let's see if we can build on this, you know, and get some momentum going towards the end of the week here, right? That's what I'm looking for this whole week, okay, is progression across the board. And looking at the price for NIO, yep, what it closed at today? 361, you know, 1203 Rivian, 288 AMC. AMC's at 289, you know. You're right there, right? There's not much to be seen until we have these ginormous impulse moves, right? I don't think you're going to get a slow stair step. Let's just put it that way. Alrighty. That's all I got for you guys today. I will drop an update, guys. If I see anything major change, I'll drop an update probably Wednesday, maybe. If not, maybe I'll do, you know, an end of the week video or something like that before a live stream. But, you know, maybe beginning, middle, end. We'll call it that way. Alrighty. So not much to be concerned with today. Everything looks good. It's in line with what we've been talking about. And again, like over the live stream, what we talked about, guys, all those things look to be playing out according to plan so far. All right. Albeit kind of slower. Doesn't matter. Everything's in prime position to really explode at any point in time. So you got to be ready, got to be focused, right? Got to be locked in. So I'll keep you guys up to date. If you have a comment, drop it down below. Guys, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.